It's your boy Bobby Beats here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Tariq's rise to the top. Now, if you like your boy's content, go ahead and put drop a dollar, at least $1 on that $ Bobby Beats 7 on Cash App. I'll leave the link here on the video. Now, we're going to talk about Tariq's rise to the top, and that is basically what we see. When it comes to Power Book 2 Ghosts, Tariq has not been able to, we've seen him as a boss, but not really, and I'm gonna tell you why. In season 1, he pretty much was working and hustling for the Tejadas, but he had to pay that money out to Davis. He even had to, I believe, pay money for himself to be defended as well, but he never really kept a dollar in his hand. He was Monet's #1 guy. So then we get to season 2, same thing. He's still the #1 guy to Monet, and basically he is, making money but not keeping money. Had to pay to defend himself, had to pay to look out for Yasmin, had to pay for all of that stuff. So we never really saw him at the top in season 1 or season 2. By the time we get to season 3 is where we see Tariq goes up to the top, because he pretty much was the #1 guy making all the money. He was the leader. Basically, when it comes down to when they were talking to Noma, he was the #1 person they would talk to. And so when it comes down to it, he's used to doing things at a very high level because he always operated at a high level right in book 2. But in book 1, as we saw, Kanan pretty much taught him from the ground up, but when he started taking product from Tommy was when he started moving things at a big level. But now here in this season here, in season 4, he's slowly but surely getting himself back to a place, and with him getting what he needed from Zion, the 12 bricks, he's getting himself to a good place. Now we all know our boy's going to be successful with doing what he has to do, and he's going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and he's going to eventually rise to the top. But the goal is to become the #1 drug dealer in New York, which is what his father was, and really that's what a lot of people is expecting him to be, especially the people who know who Ghost is. They're looking forward to him becoming the leader of the #1 guy, and I think this is all about him rising up more than anything. And so do you think he's going to get to a level where he can compete with Noma? The thing is with Noma, even though she's an international drug lord, when it comes down to it, she can't go back to her own country right now because of what she's done to her husband, and they're suspecting her. So now she's stuck in New York and operating over New York for right now. And I think the reason why she wants to stay in New York is because she wants to get revenge on Tariq. And Tariq wants to get revenge on her. And Tariq knows the only way he can get revenge on Noma is to get more power for himself to grow. His whole thing about this season is literally about his revenge on the people that has betrayed him. And revenge has a heck of a thing of doing. It's a heck of a motivation. And it can push somebody to different places that they can go that they never thought they would go. And with him being motivated by revenge, he's going to eventually become so powerful that they can't even keep up with him. And so then eventually he will make his move to get his revenge dominantly on Noma, and eventually the Tejadas too. However, we're seeing the Tejadas fall apart. And as for Effie, it's debatable, because Effie has been trying her best to come back to Tariq and try to be on his side and get him to trust her again, which I don't think he will ever trust her again. And I think she accepts that too, but we will see. But when it comes down to it, do you think Tariq is going to eventually become the biggest drug dealer in New York? Do you think that at the end he's going to eventually take over all of New York and be the #1 guy, knocking Noma out of her place, and not just becoming the #1 guy in New York, but the #1 guy altogether, where he becomes international himself? And like his father, be in a situation where he does not really want to be in the life anymore, but he's stuck in it because so many people depend on him, which is pretty much the situation with Ghost. Ghost was stuck with being the king of New York because Tasha depended on him, Tommy depended on him, his family depended on him, all the dealers in the city depended on him, even though they were trying to double cross him and take his spot. Everyone relied on Ghost because Ghost kept the balance and Ghost kept the order. I think that Tariq is going to end up in the same situation where he can really not get out, because he's the one keeping everything together, and he's going to see what his father saw and why his father hated being in that position. But I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beats here. Just want to say much love, much respect, hold it down, and hold